Hi everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the Kidpreneurs, welcome to the first show. I'm here with Mr. Reed, and he is going to be pretty much promoting his product, and I'm going to be telling you guys, yes, this is the product to buy. So, Mr. Reed, how are you doing today, and thank you for being here.
I'm great. Thanks for having me, River.
So my first question is, what made you want to get into this industry of internet marketing, and what was your thought process at my age, at around 15 to 16? What was your thought process?
Sure. So I started in this industry in internet marketing when I was 13. So I was in ninth. I basically, back at that time, the internet was really just kind of taking off. It was all over the news about, this internet's going to be this big thing, and it's really going to change things. And during that time, the stock market was going crazy with all these internet companies. And then in 2000, the internet kind of bubble just crashed. So there was this big kind of dot-com crash where stocks just went way down. And by that time, I was already interested in internet marketing. I was already making some money. There was this little program that basically let you put banner ads on your computer, and you got paid every hour you were online. So you got paid. It was 50 cents an hour for being online while you're on the web doing whatever you wanted, and then you got 10 cents an hour for every person you referred down 5 levels. So I went and I referred a bunch of my friends and their families and a bunch of college kids. So it was college kids are on their computer a lot. They need some beer money or something. So that's how I first started making money on the internet. And then I did other entrepreneurial things in school where I'd sell candy and pop and other food and stuff like that to my friends. And if we were on a field trip and someone needed a few bucks for something, I'd loan them a few dollars, and they'd give me back interest the next day and stuff like that. So I was doing that kind of stuff, in middle school, high school, to make money. And so that was a lot of fun for me at your age.
That's great. That's great. I could totally relate. In my age, I had for a period of time, I had this nice candy business that I was doing. And that was very successful. I'll go to Sam's Club and get it for $1, and then I'm used to 50 cents and selling them for $1.
Yeah.
So okay, my next question is: I've had successful businesses of Amazon and other ventures with aiding my mom and services. What was the business that you took off with? What was your first big success?
I would say the first real big success I had is I had a stock market website, and it was a forum and a chat room and stuff like that where people could talk about the stock market. I was really interested in stocks, so there was a competition at my high school for they had a thing where you could trade stocks, kind of paper trade them through a website. And I wasn't part of the class, but I was pretty competitive in nature, so I was like, well, can I just sign up and compete? And so you had $100,000 of kind of play money to play with, and I went from $100,000 to it was $125,000 within a couple days. And then we were on a field trip. I think we went to a play or an opera or something as part of the school field trip, and I went down from $125,000 to 77 grand. So I went from first place down to last place in one day. Something I was invested in did horribly, and so that's when my ego kicked in. And so I went from 77 grand to, it was 1.3 million 90 days later. And I was doing all sorts of trading, and the things that I did on there wouldn't actually work in real life. I just kind of found some stuff that was oh, this will work. And, it worked there, but it doesn't work in reality. I was able to trade stocks based off the news. So I would look for stocks that went up after hours, so maybe a merger was announced or they were told that they were going to be bought out by somebody. I would buy that stock, and the next day, all my money went up 50%. And so that wouldn't actually work in reality, but I found that little glitch in the software and used that. And so that's how I got really interested in stocks. I just started reading a whole bunch about it, created a website that got really popular. I was doing all sorts of training and tutorials on that. Ended up I actually got threatened by Investors Business Daily over my website because I had my website name was ibdu.com, and their acronym is IBD. And so I always called myself like Investors Business Daily University. I had no idea I was like infringing on the trademark and copyright and stuff like that. And I was like 16 at the time, had no clue what I was doing. And so they didn't know I was a kid.
We're meant to break rules. We're not made to listen to them.
Yes, that kind of, everything went to kind of a screeching halt, but I got a lot of publicity in the news over it. So I got a lot of, national news attention that, like this huge company was going after this kid over, he was just kind of creating like a fan site, kind of like a celebrity fan page, if you will. But it was about stock market. And eventually, they, sent me a letter saying, hey, we didn't realize you're a kid, you just can't use the domain name anymore. We'd like to give you a free subscription to our paper and stuff like that. And so they tried to make amends, and things worked out in the end. But by that point, I had kind of lost interest in stocks. I was like, well, I don't know about this. It's not, these big companies are out to get this kid, and just kind of made me not want to be doing it anymore. So that was like my first really hitting it big. And then after that, I started doing a lot of stuff with AdSense. And so you skip forward a couple years later, I'm like 18, 19, and I was doing like $30,000 a month on AdSense. So that was kind of my next big stepping stone up from that.
Definitely. All right. So my last question is, why should people, purchase your product? Kidpreneurs like me. Why should we invest in your product?
Well, I mean, I don't know what product we're going to hit on here, but essentially, basically, when I create a product, I talk about things that I've done right and I've done wrong. So it's really about saving someone time and money and effort in things, and I try to make my things affordable so they could have access with funds of their own or funds from their parents and get the necessary training. I think that by being a kidpreneur, and I've been doing this so long, that I feel a lot of young people can relate to me because I know what it's like being a kid and wanting to start a business and wanting to start different business ventures, because I did a lot of that when I was young, and I still view myself as like a high school kid because I'm still doing this. I still am very passionate about it. It's definitely my strongest hobby is doing internet marketing and making money on the internet. I fell in love with it as a teenager, and I've stuck with it all these years.
Well, Mr. Reed, thank you so much for being on the show. I really do appreciate it. All right, guys. So this is my first show of the Kidpreneurs. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me see. Oh, well, let me. I think this is gonna be the slogan. But we are the future, guys, and we must succeed. So hope you guys enjoyed, and bye bye.